Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, sir, meron 2 million pesos cash na pwedeng i-pick up ng mga congressman ngayong linggong ito. At baka yung iba, mas mataas, baka yung iba, for whatever reason, hindi binibigyan. Hindi ko po alam kasi hindi ko po kinukuha yung akin. Pero mabuti po na malaman ng publiko, may ganitong klaseng mga bonus na nagkataon ay halos kasabay ng approval ng budget. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, sir, meron 2 million pesos cash na pwedeng i-pick up ng mga congressman ngayong linggong ito. At baka yung iba, mas mataas, baka yung iba, for whatever reason, hindi binibigyan. Hindi ko po alam kasi hindi ko po kinukuha yung akin. Pero mabuti po na malaman ng publiko, may ganitong klaseng mga bonus na nagkataon ay halos kasabay ng approval ng budget. Nung Oktubre din, dagdagan ko po, may 1.5 million pesos na ibinigay sa araw ng pagboto para sa budget. At buwan-buwan, meron pong mahigit kumulang 1 million pesos per member. Ang lumalabas po, ang isang representante ay may 20 million pesos of MOOE at sweldo kada taon. Times 318, ito po ay mahigit 6 billion pesos. Ang MOOE budget ay itinaas ng 7.8 billion pesos. Kaya in some ways po, maaari nating sabihin na ang itinaas ng Kongreso para sa sarili ay napupunta balik sa mga nag-decide na itaas ang sariling budget. Kaya, I think through the parties.
So may 2 million nga na Christmas bonus? Kasi sabi ni Kong Erisi wala.
Baka sa minority po wala. Kaya nga, ang panawagan ko, transparency.
Hindi. Yung sinasabi niya 20
Majority.
million a year.
Majority.
Hindi. Sa akin, siguro mga 20 million a year. Wala pa naman akong 1 year. Pero kung yung natatanggap ko every month, siguro mga aabutin yun, 20 million a year. Pero ang ginagasta ko para sa district ko, district office, I'm paying district fees. Ang sweldo ng mga tao ko doon sa district, 600,000 a month. Lahat ng mga kailangan doon, supplies, kulang pa yun.
And
Kaya nga, baka nagdagdag dahil kulang.
ang punto ko po ay hindi na mali ito. Pero dapat may transparency.
Saan nyo na lang nakuha? Saan ba galing?
Ito po ay galing sa MOOE fund. Opo. Or I don't know kung fungible naman yung funds. Pero you can really verify. May binibigyan ngayon na 2 million cash per congressman ngayong linggo. At ang panawagan ko, huwag tigilin necessarily ang mga practice na ito. Pero maging transparent tayo sa publiko. Lalong-lalo na dahil ito po ang main point ko, hindi yung use nito, pero yung proseso. Ang panawagan ko, idebate natin lahat ng mga budget, lalo na yung mga ini-increasean ng budget dahil ang Kongreso ay nagtaas ng sariling budget ng 10.5 billion pesos na walang debate. At ayaw ko pong sabihin na ginagawa ito na walang nag-question, kaya nagpahayag po ako para lang on the record na hindi ito naaprubahan na walang nag-question. May nag-question pero hindi pinagbigyan tayo na talakayin ito sa Kongreso ngayong araw.
Kasi it's ice and knees lang naman po talaga.
Mga umaalamang congressman, hindi daw sila nakapagpaliwanag ng kanilang vote. Sana daw sa kanilang magsalita.
Pag Viva Voce po, usually hindi na ina-explain yung vote. Kasi po, pag nominal voting po, doon nag-explain. Di ba po, pag nominal voting, you can stand up and say, I vote no or I vote abstain and I reserve the right to explain my vote. Parang ganun po. But for Viva Voce, generally po, it's, you don't, parang usually po, it's really just that. It's, you call for a vote and then ayes and nays and then nag-rule.
Si Congressman Erice ko questionin daw sa Supreme Court yung program appropriations. Unconstitutional daw po ito. Anong sagot?
For unprogrammed appropriations po, ever since for several decades now, there have been unprogrammed appropriations in the budget. Makikita niyo po yan ever since, even before 2010, there really are unprogrammed appropriations. And the reason being, for example po, FAPs, foreign assisted projects, there really are foreign assisted projects that have ongoing negotiations that just did not make it in the cutoff for it to make it to the NEP. So may mga ganun po kasi that we cannot renege on our obligations with multilateral partners and other organizations like JICA, COICA, and World Bank. The items within unprogrammed appropriations po, if you would see in the version of the enrolled copy of the General Appropriations Bill, which we will circulate, it's been circulated to the members, and I believe these will be uploaded in the respective portals of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Makikita nyo naman po yung breakdown doon ng unprogrammed appropriations. Napakalinaw po kung saan po mapupunta. Yung dati pong tinatawag na sagip, kung yun po yung doon po maraming question kasi doon po may infrastructure dati, doon dati may social services, wala na pong sagip ngayon sa unprogrammed appropriation. So kung titignan po, kung hihimayin po ang laman ng mga programa sa kasalukuyan ng unprogrammed appropriations, ang laman po noon, foreign assisted projects, AFP modernization, RACE, CARS, Marawi Rehabilitation Compensation Fund, and other items. Nakalista po specifically what purposes those are. And
Yes, ma'am, pero unconstitutional po kasi nani-rule na raw po ito ng Korte Suprema.
the GAA will form the legal basis for the unprogrammed appropriations for the purposes specified for which the unprogrammed appropriations will be allotted. So yung GAA po kasi is the legal basis for the unprogrammed appropriations.
Ma'am, na-address mo ba yung, kasi I understand, we talked to Deputy Speaker po, yung concerns about yung sa guarantee letter, the provision of prevention of prohibition of political intervention. Can you clarify, ma'am, ano po ba yung magiging situation going forward in terms of MAIF and the AICs under dito sa BICAM?
The jurisdiction po of the House and the Senate is up to the development of the GAA itself. The execution lies with the executive. So I cannot speak po as to the actual way it will be implemented because while the House and the Senate have oversight functions, yung mismong execution at lahat po, ang maglalatag po niyan, yung mga respective government agencies. What we can provide for in the GAA would be the safeguards. And as mentioned, in the version of the GAB that was ratified today, there's a general provision. The title of it is Prohibition on Political Involvement in the Distribution of Cash, Aid, and Other Financial Assistance. So nakalatag po doon yung intent for that general provision.
So
But
pag naisabatas na po ito, ibig sabihin hindi na po ba pwedeng mag-issue ng guarantee letters yung mga kongresista o mga senador?
again, I leave it up to the executive as to how the guidelines will be created for these programs. But as far as the House,
Against the law.
again, the GAA is very clear as to the scope. You would see it in the general provision. Nakalatag po talaga yun doon. Again, I'm sure the executive will create the guidelines based on what's laid out in the GAA. So again po, the execution of this, the implementation of the GAA lies with the executive, and it's up to the executive to develop the guidelines for these programs.
What is the intent of that provision?
Yung prohibitions nyo covered na kaya yung
Ang nakalagay po doon, if it's already been uploaded, I believe. Do you have a copy na po of the general provision? But what was laid out there would be AX, MAIP, and TUPAD. The guarantee letter is issued by DOH. It's the DOH that issues a GL code for particular items. So again, it's up to the DOH to operationalize their guidelines.
How do you
If I may respectfully po, in terms of the interpretation, it's we were the ones who crafted the provision po, 'di ba? And we laid it out as is that if you would see po, if you would see the provision, it's very clear. It's prohibition on political involvement in the distribution of cash and other forms of financial assistance. And it was laid out there that it's AIX, MAIP, and TUPAD that will be covered by that general provision.
Sabi ni Congressman Elise, wala naman daw political involvement kung magre-refer lang siya ng constituent na papunta sa Tama po ba?
Yes, that is correct. Again, our role as representatives of our respective districts is to advocate for our constituents. Yung mga kongresista po, kapag meron pong, hindi lang po kongresista, kundi mga local government officials, lalo na po mga local chief executives, kasi po, sa kanila naman po talaga, yung access di ba po, paminsan po sa isang bayan, walang hospital na malapit doon, or walang government hospital sa area na yon. So, it's up to, or galing ka sa probinsya, halimbawa sa heart center, kailangan magpa-bypass ng pasyente. It's also the role and the responsibility of the local chief executive in that area, local officials, congressmen, senators, to help the patients get access to the medical care they need. So, talaga po responsibilidad din po namin na ipagbigay alam po sa DOH, sa region, sa provincial DOH, sa iba't ibang mga ospital, kung sino po yung mga pasyente na kailangan pong matulungan.
So bahala na po yung executive na gumawa ng guidelines na explicitly magbabawas yung guarantee letters kung yun man ang gusto nila mangyari base sa general provision.
Again, sorry pa, I repeat it again. The jurisdiction of the House and the Senate is limited to crafting the General Appropriations Act and exercising oversight. But as to developing the guidelines and during the actual implementation and execution, that is under the jurisdiction of the executive. So I cannot speak of how the guidelines will be developed by the agencies.
But what is the intent of that? Intent po ba nun na yung guarantee letters ay ipagbawal na, or okay lang naman yung guarantee letters?
Again, I leave it up to the DOH. The guarantee letters are issued, GL codes are issued by the DOH. If you would see, the GL codes emanate from DOH itself, either from the central office or the regional office. So GLs by themselves, the issuance of the GLs, as it is now, do not have political involvement because ang nag-i-issue po ng GL codes ay ang agency. So, yun po siguro, again, if it's up to the DOH kasi ngayon po it's their way of communicating to the hospitals So, ang tanong po siguro, kung tatanggalin yung GL code, papaano po i-communicate ng DOH sa, halimbawa po, NKTI, sa heart center at iba pang mga government hospitals na ito yung ibibigay natin doon sa pasyente. It's really an internal procedure. So it's really up to DOH as to whether they will adopt the guarantee, they will retain the GL code, which is their way of communicating to individual hospitals. Pero as it is po, there is no political involvement in the issuance of GL codes and by DOH directly to the hospitals.
Ma'am, sabi ng Makabayan Block, puno-puno pa rin ng pork ang ating budget.
I have maintained this even immediately after we approved the GAB. Wala pong pork barrel sa 2026 GAA at makikita nyo po na meron pang ang safeguard na inilagay tayo, which again is that prohibition on political involvement in the distribution of cash and other financial aid.
Sabi niya may 2 million
sa DL.
Yes, po.
Sa pipila lahat ng mga tao sa DOH.
Again, in terms of the guidelines of DOH as to how they want to implement MAIFIP moving forward po, I will leave that up to DOH po. I cannot speak of it now.
Magkano dapat ibigay?
Ay, hindi po, ulitin ko po, kahit po sa kasalukuyang proseso, malinaw po na ang DOH ang nagtatakda kung magkano ang ibibigay sa bawat pasyente. Sila po ang nag-i-issue ng GL code at nakapaloob po doon kung magkano ang ibibigay sa bawat pasyente. Again, wala pong political intervention ang GL sa kasalukuyan.
Palakasan yun?
Wala pong palakasan yan. Ang intention po at ang instruction sa atin ng ating mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ay zero balance billing po ang ating target, lalo na po sa mga government hospitals. Kaya yun po yung intent natin. Wala pong palakasan yan. Lahat po ng mga pasyente, lalong-lalo na po yung ating indigent na mga kababayan ay dapat mabigyan po na access sa healthcare, lalong-lalo na po as much as possible, malibre na po yung kanilang gastusin sa mga government
Sabi ni
hospitals.
Congressman Diviste, may 2 million peso cash for pick-up this week bawat congressman as Christmas bonus. Do you confirm that or do you deny that?
I vehemently deny that statement. That's all I've got to say. Again, I have said that the House leadership does not influence or try to influence any particular congressman, any individual member of Congress to vote in a particular way or incentivize them in any way. And I know that is what my distinguished colleague was alluding to before, and I have vehemently denied that yesterday during the press conference. Wala pong katotohanan yan.
So yung 2 million po na Christmas bonus, you deny?
I vehemently deny that. I don't want to speak ill of anyone, especially my colleagues in the House, but that is there is no truth to that at all.
Pero ma'am, merong parang MOOE budget for Christmas activities ng mga distrito.
Wala pong ganun. The MOOE of the House is purely for the operations of the House. And that's all I can say about that.
Ano oras ita-transmit yung job sa Office of the President?
Right now, as soon as Speaker Boji D signed it, tinakbo na po kaagad sa Senado. So alam ko po, alas 3 po ang scheduled na sesyon sa Senado. At alam ko po, pagkatapos po nilang i-ratify, lalagdaan na rin po ni Senate President Tito Soto. And immediately after, itatransmit na po natin sa Ehekutibo. Itatransmit na po sa executive para po sa kanilang review at para po sa paglagda ng ating Pangulo.
Ay walang mabibito na provision.
Yes, I am confident, especially now that it's done, na tapos na po lahat at naayos na natin na lahat ng special provisions, general provisions, lahat po ng mga numero. After reviewing it thoroughly, sabi nga po ni Sen. Win kahapon, 5 beses po proofread yan ng parehong Kamara at ng Senado. So we are confident that the President will not veto the budget.
Sila Vice po,
Provision po ba on, kasi may special provision on yung AUD. May special provision pa ma'am involving the unprogrammed appropriations para hindi na mangyari yung nangyari before na nagagamit siya for flood control. O kailangan pa ba ang special
Apa.
provision for that?
So, pag nakita nyo po yung GAB, nandun po, di ba, yung mga numero ng unprogrammed appropriation, sa ilalim po nun, maraming special provision sa ilalim nun. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, siyam hanggang 10 special provision sa ilalim po ng unprogrammed appropriations. Ang naka-specify po doon kung ano talaga, para saan lang. What are the authorized uses of the items under unprogrammed appropriation. So, very clearly po spelled out na hanggang doon lang pwedeng gamitin yung unprogrammed appropriations. Yung dati po na yung binabanggit, yung flood control po na hila siya doon sa isang line item sa unprogrammed appropriations na tinatawag na sa GIP, which is tinatry support and assistance for government infrastructure programs. Parang ganun po yung sa GIP. Ngayon po, sa 2026 GAB at sa GAA, wala na pong sa GIP. So wala na pong infrastructure projects. Bukod na po doon sa mga foreign assisted projects na talagang napakatindi naman po ng scrutiny noon dahil po multilateral po yung negotiations doon between not just the Philippine government but our multilateral partners. Wala na pong ibang infrastructure na pwede sa unprogrammed appropriation. So kung ang worry po ay yung flood control, definitely po I can say with 100% certainty na hindi na po makakahila ng kahit anumang flood control kahit saan man sa budget. Wala na pong flood control sa ating budget para po sa taong 2026.
Silvestre po, kine-question niya, ba't daw po tinaasan pa yung budget ng House, 10.5 billion additional increase?
First po would be the levels. Kung i-compare nyo po yung level ng GAA 2025 sa level ng GAA 2026, bumaba po ang budget ng House of Representatives. So gusto ko pong ilinawin yon na bumaba po ang level ng budget ng House of Representatives para sa 2026. Pangalawa, yung sinasabi po, ulit, ayoko po magbanggit kung sino po, isa sa aming mga kasamahan na pasikreto daw po itong pinasok, I invite him to again review the deliberations. Inilatag po ito sa deliberasyon sa plenaryo ng Kongreso at linatag din po ito sa deliberasyon ng BICAM. So definitely po hindi po pasikreto, and I invite our colleague to please take a look at the previous hearings and deliberations dahil ilang beses po inilatag yung budget ng Congress of the Philippines. Hindi inilatag, isinalang yung budget ng House of Representatives.
So ma'am, would you say na, kasi yung NEP level for the House, kasi discuss ang budget ng 33 billion, pero yung NEP for 2026, 16 billion lang yun, 16.8.
Apa.
And you hike it to 27. Yun na yung nasa BICAM, 37 billion.
I can't remember the exact figure, but ano po, it's definitely lower than it was in the 2025 GAA. Apa. Apa.
Would you say, ma'am, yung increase na yun is meritorious given, yun nga, yung disparity sa level as compared with 2025? And how far yung NEP level dun sa current one?
Basta po, dumaan po yun sa masusing deliberation. May justification po doon. One important justification is that the NEP levels po, at kinakausap po namin yung DBM patungkol dito, kasi po 312 po kami na mga kongresista. Ang assumption lang po sa NEP level is around 260, 280. So kulang po yung assumption nila. So even the NEP level in itself, kulang po yun, yung assumption nila. For example po sa PS and etc. So yun po, kailangan namin kausapin yung DBM patungkol doon na hopefully come the 2027 NEP, sana po maayos na sa NEP pa lang para hindi na po kailangan i-adjust para po ma-cover lahat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes po.
CCIJ report lang saying na ang pinakamalaking hike sa budget na nanggaling sa House ay your district, the House district, and district po ng kapatid niyo.
I will echo the statement of Speaker Bogie D that wala pong insertions sa ating budget, wala pong tago na mga pondo na o programa na isiningit sa budget. Lahat po ito ay dumaan sa masusing deliberasyon ng Kongreso at lahat po ito ay nakabase doon po sa mga in-endorse ng mga district engineering offices ng kanya-kanyang mga distrito base po sa mga pangangailangan. So lalo na po pagdating sa DPWH budget, makikita po natin lahat yan ay nakaayon po doon po sa, nag-emanate po yan sa agency at doon po sa mga inilatag na plano, inilatag na mga programa ng mga respective district engineering offices.
So there is truth to that, but you have no hand on it.
Again, wala pong insertions sa 2026 budget, wala pong tago, lahat po dineliberate. Kinakita nyo naman po yan mula pa po sa Budget Amendments Review Subcommittee, papunta sa, committee hearings, tapos sa BARC, tapos sa plenary deliberations hanggang BICAM. Lahat po talaga sinigurado nating bukas na po yung deliberasyon sa lahat. At sir po, huli na lang po, gusto ko pong humingi ng paumanhin sa ating po mga kaibigan sa media. Ano lang po, nalunod lang po talaga ako doon po sa pagtatapos ng budget. Alam mo po, hinabol po namin na matapos yung budget kasi gusto po natin na mai-submit, mai-transmit po sa executive bago po magtapos yung taon. Hanggang December 24 po, alas 9 ng gabi. Nagtatrabaho pa po kami at December 26, nandito na po kami ulit sa opisina dito sa Kongreso. So, sorry po, medyo na out of the radar lang po ako. But ngayon po natapos na po yung budget. Anytime po ulit. Anytime you have questions po. Thank you very